Hello boys and girls, Mrs. Dillon here with some writing practice. I need you to get your notebook and a pencil, and we're going to practice writing our letters today. Alright, so I'm going to open my notebook. Here's my name that I wrote yesterday. I am going to turn the page, and I'm going to start writing on the back of the page. It's the back of where I wrote my name yesterday. So here's my name. I'm going to write on the back of it. So see my hands? They're almost touching each other. So I wrote here yesterday. I'm going to write here today. So I'm going to find the first set of blue lines, and I'm going to use two. We're going to start with writing our capital A's, and I'm going to use 2 lines. So I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to go down. I'm going to come back up to the top, do another diagonal line, then I'm going to cross it in the middle. Go ahead and do one of those. And then I'm going to take my finger, I'm going to leave a space, and I'm going to do another A. Now, boys and girls, what I want you to do is practice your neatest handwriting. Don't rush through here and make sloppy capital A's. We want to do them nice and neat. We're going to do first grade writing today. So I'm going to make another space. I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to go down, go back to the top, down, and I'm going to go across. Same thing. Start at the top and go down, go back to the top, down, across. Now I should be able to fit about 5 capital A's in this top section. See if you can do that. You should have about 5 capital A's. Now I'm going to go down to the next line and I'm going to draw little A's. Little A's are a circle and a stick. See how my little A stayed in one little space there? It's sitting right on this line and it's not floating up here anywhere. I'm gonna do a finger space and I'm gonna do a nice neat circle and a little stick. Finger space, circle, stick. I'm gonna do that all the way across the page, making sure to leave a finger space. Do this with me. Now here I was able to fit 6 little A's. All right, so now I'm gonna skip another line and we're gonna move on to capital B's. So same thing, skip a line, and I'm gonna use 2 lines to make my capital letters, 2 spaces. So I'm gonna make a straight line. I'm gonna do a hump here and a hump here. There's capital B. Finger space. Do another capital B. Finger space. I'm gonna do this all across the page. Now, if at any time Mrs. Dillon gets ahead of you, you can always pause the video and catch up with Mrs. Dillon. I think on this page I should be able to fit about 6. I mean on this line. Now I'm gonna move on to little bit B. So I'm gonna skip this space right here, and I'm gonna start with little b. He also takes a big stick, so I'm gonna go straight down for 2 lines. There's my stick. I'm gonna draw a circle. Leave a space, stick, circle. Leave a space, stick, circle. Space, stick, circle. Remember, we're practicing our neatest handwriting. I got about 6 B's on that line. All right, now we're gonna move on to capital C. So I'm gonna skip this empty space right here. Then I'm gonna use 2 lines again for my capital letters, for my capital C. Now capital C is just one big curve. Finger space, one big curve. I think I can get about 5 of those. Now remember, if Mrs. Dillon gets ahead of you, you can pause the video. Okay, so now I'm gonna skip a space. I'm gonna do little c. Little c is just like little a. It's gonna stay in that one little set of lines. So I'm just gonna do little c, finger space, little c, finger space, little c, all the way across the page. You guys are doing such a good job. All right, now we're gonna move on to D. So I'm gonna skip a line. I'm gonna work on big D, capital D. So we need a big stick. He's got a big belly. Big stick, big belly. Well, don't forget your finger space with your finger. All right, so I'm gonna skip a space, and then I'm gonna draw my stick for little d, and then a circle down here. Stick, circle, stick, circle, stick, circle, stick, circle. One more. Now on this page, I think we can fit one more set of letters. So I'm gonna skip this space and we're gonna make capital E. So we also need big stick and 3 little lines. Finger space, big stick, 3 little lines. You guys are working hard to keep up with Mrs. Dillon, aren't you? There's capital E, and then we're gonna move on to little e. So we're gonna skip this line right here, and then we're gonna draw a little e. Little e looks like a C, and then it gets a line straight across. C, line straight across. There's little e. Now I have filled up this whole page. Maybe you haven't, but you should probably be about to the bottom. And before we finish for today, we're gonna write our F's. So I'm gonna room on this page. I'm gonna look at my notebook at the very next page. And that's where I'm gonna write my F's. So with F, I'm gonna start at this very top line. I'm gonna make a big stick. And F gets 2 lines. E got 3, F only gets 2. Finger space, big stick, 2 little lines. Big stick, 2 little lines, all the way across the page. There's capital F. Next, we're gonna do little f, and then we'll be finished with handwriting for today. So we're gonna skip this space, and I'm gonna make little f. Little f has a hook, big stick, and then we cross it in the middle like a T or like a cross. Finger space, same thing. Hook, stick, cross it. All the way across the page. Now remember, you can pause and catch up if you need to. All right, so that's all the handwriting we're gonna do today. Tomorrow we will start right here and start with the letter G. So take your time, finish your letters for today, and then we'll take a break, and tomorrow we'll do some more letters.